So let's go forward. One day I was doing my usual skulking about on Facebook and I checked out one of the groups that I'm a member of, and a post caught my eye. It read, "Hi, I'm new to this group. I recently joined because I feel that a lot of people residing in this state need a come to Jesus moment about what they are supporting nationally. I'm very lonely. I don't find any people around here that share my beliefs." Predictably, this was one of the responses. "Please stop bashing Louisiana. If you don't like it, move. If you love it, as I do, then work like hell to change it back to what it used to be." Now, one of the things that I'm curious about as a black man who was born and raised in the great state of Louisiana is this what it used to be part, but that's for a whole nother conversation. My real issue is with the "if you don't like it, move" part. Now, I have to give that commenter credit because they did write about things that they are actually doing to try to create harmony in the community. The When you start though with "if you don't like it, move," that almost negates the good stuff that you're doing. That sentiment, "if you don't like it, move," is not unique to Louisiana. We hear it all over the country. But the problem is that response usually lacks substance. But let's consider that there are different types of complaints when people live in a certain place, especially if they're a transplant. I mean, there are those complaints that are valid, and there are those complaints that could be categorized pretty easily as petty. Let's look at what the petty complaints might be. You don't like the Saints or the Pelicans. You wish Louisiana had a Major League Baseball team or a pro hockey team or a WNBA team. You don't like the second lines in New Orleans. There's too much seafood. There aren't enough luxury retail or lifestyle brands in Louisiana. And oh, by the way too many black people. Yeah, if that's your complaint, if you don't like it, move, hit the bricks. But there are complaints that are quite valid, and that would be anything dealing with the quality of life. And let's be honest, in Louisiana, we struggle in quality of life. The struggle is real in education, infrastructure, economy, environmental quality, social determinants of health. So, in those cases, when someone is expressing concerns about that, I would say is coming from a place of fear and pain and concern. And if you don't like it, move is not helpful at all. In fact, I would say that that response is intellectually and emotionally lazy. One of the big points here is that when someone says that they don't like where they're living, you gotta be honest about whether or not what they're saying is either valid or invalid. And nobody's asking you to run to that person's side with a blankie and a binky and to coddle them. No one's asking you to feel like you need to be their friends. And no one's asking you to feel guilty either. And if you do feel guilty, then that's between you and the universe. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm some sort of master of emotional intelligence here. I've been on my own journey of understanding the complexities of emotions. And my biggest takeaway is that when someone is expressing some pain or some concern or some sort of fear, they simply want their feelings acknowledged for the most part. Now, I'm happy to report that a majority of the people in that Facebook group, they did have some productive responses. People from other states who wrote messages of welcome. I wrote welcome to this person, letting this person know where they can meet like-minded people, but also letting this person know that if they want to build a community, it does take some time and it does take some effort. And you can always write to someone like this, "I hope it gets better." For locals everywhere, I know how you feel. Criticism of your home city or your home state can sting. I am no different. I don't like seeing criticisms of New Orleans. I don't like seeing criticisms of Louisiana. But I also know where I live. And I also know that it's not a verdict, it's feedback. And something that movers and shakers in an area know is that they can gather diverse perspectives and use every single piece of feedback as a puzzle to create a solution. So when someone says something about your community that you don't like, don't get mad, get to thinking. And that's the way forward.